Hello. How are you guys?
So this is
This is a year review
no.
of a year later, the anxiety story,
Yeah.
weathering the storm.
So we were thinking about that video that we made,
Yeah, it blew up, by the way.
which is fun.
So,
Blew up.
well, in our terms, it has over 1,000 views now.
Anxiety in our case is not something that was going to go away.
Yeah.
And so I think that when we talked about it, we have a certain perspective.
Okay.
And so a year later,
We want to go over it and kind of see where we're sitting now.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So where do you want to start?
you go first.
Me go first.
I was
Honestly,
trying to watch the video and you didn't want me watching it.
we can watch it live if you want.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Well, anyways, like a year later, how am I doing with anxiety? I would say better yet, still struggling.
Okay.
Because I'd say when you have anxiety issues, it doesn't fully go away. I'd say there are ways to overcome it. I'd say there's ways to like work around it, but I'd say for it going away completely, it's probably not going to go away completely.
I also think it's like a matter of perspective. And one thing that I always tell myself, even though I'm a very anxious person and I've been going through a lot of things that are causing more anxiety and frustration and stress, is actually thinking about this song from like elementary school. We're going on a bear hunt.
Okay.
Do you know that song?
No, I don't know if we should get into songs that.
But it's not really a song. It's like a
Okay.
it's a book or something.
Is it?
But anyways, the line is, you can't go under it, you can't go over it, you have to go through it.
Okay.
And I might have mentioned that in the previous video.
I don't know.
I don't
have
remember.
No idea.
But it's the same thing with that buffalo story of the weathering the storms.
Okay.
Like, remember we talked about like running towards the storm? So
Slowly going the way of the buffalo.
the more in my life that I avoid the issue, the more that I feel like my anxiety is fed.
Okay. And that's another thing I tell people. Like I've told people this week, like family and friends and things. You have to learn to face the anxiety and not necessarily try to mask it. Like you have to hit it head on in a way that you're working to overcome it and not just like, oh, we're gonna just put a blanket over this.
And I have my planner here for a couple of reasons. And the first reason is actually the cover. And I don't know how hard it is for you to see or how easy it is to see. And that was part of the problem. So I think
those
this is funny.
stars?
That's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so I've been using this brand of planner for like almost 10 years, since I started teaching pretty much. I love these planners. I accidentally ordered the wrong size. I got the box and I was like, what the heck? This is like half the size basically of the normal size. And then I was pleasantly surprised and actually think that this is a pretty good size.
Okay.
Like it fits well in my work backpack and stuff like that. And it's compact. I just like it. So I was like, okay, happy accident.
Okay.
Then the cover. So when I got this, I was like, what the heck? Why is it so small? So I went online and I was like, wait a minute. Let me check and make sure that they sent me the right one because I have never ordered something so small. I always get the regular standard size. So I went online and when I looked it up, the theme or name of the pattern was like stripes and spiders. And I was like, spiders? I ordered gold stars.
Yeah.
And then I looked more carefully and closely and I was like, oh my gosh, stars and spiders.
Not stars. Stripes and spiders.
Stripes and spiders. And it's who designed and who was like, you know what, I want a planner with some gold spiders on it. I don't know. But
I think it looks cool though.
I do really like it, even though I don't like spiders. And it made me laugh again because it's about perspective.
Yeah.
Most people, I don't know if they would even say that that was a spider offhand. Would you?
It looks kind of like a little star. Or
Like a sketch or
yeah,
like
a
a
sketch
blob.
of a star.
And I think anxiety is kind of like a spider or a star.
Okay.
Because what gives me anxiety is not necessarily what's going to give you anxiety.
No, that's true.
And the perspective of like a spider or a star
Yeah.
is also, I don't know, where am I going with that?
I don't know.
Come on, help me out. I was thinking about it as like, you know, sometimes life gives you spiders and you
think they're stars?
you think they're stars, and then you just have to deal with it.
Okay.
And I've been dealing with a lot of spiders in my life,
Same.
metaphorically.
Not completely. I wouldn't say it's been super bad for me. I'd say, honestly, I don't have it that bad right now. I've been going to work, doing my job, coming home, doing things around the house. Other than that, like, my life's pretty basic for the most part at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I also got something.
Okay.
I'm gonna start. I got a self-care journal. So it has. It's got your card in there for Valentine's Day. Can't show you that. But anyway, it's got like different things like how to take care of yourself today, jump on a trampoline, quit worrying for 5 minutes, you got this, listen to a new band.
So it has like little positive messages.
Little positive messages to do throughout your day or throughout the day that you're on that you can turn into something fun you've never done necessarily. Or it could be something you've done that you forget that you do.
Oh, look, it
Like-
has the energy at the bottom and mood.
Like, look at this. Watch your favorite movie.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you watched your favorite movie?
Yeah.
You know?
For me, pretty long.
Write down what you're grateful for.
Actually, no, I just watched, remember? And you were like, this is weird. And I was watching La La Land.
It wasn't the movie for me.
But you were yucking my yum.
I'm sorry. Nah,
I like that little.
it wasn't the movie for me.
Okay.
That's all I can say. You know, it wasn't necessarily a bad movie. I was just like,
So what else do
not
we
my
learn
kind of
about weathering the storms a year later?
honestly, how do we feel a year later versus how we felt a year ago? Because a year ago we were really in the thick of something.
I think a year.
Or at least I was.
Yeah.
I think I was worse last year.
And now I am.
Yeah, we kind of swapped. Where I'm still bad though. Like, what was it? Yesterday or the day before, I had a panic attack.
Yeah.
But it's nothing I can't overcome with dealing with my emotions on like a therapeutic level. So I go to therapy. I do like various like, I don't know what you would call it, like therapeutic practices that help me. Like breathing or like taking a break, like doing certain things I need to and being honest in the situation. Like if I have it at work or something, I just tell somebody, hey, I need to go take a break really quick. I'm having like anxiety or a panic attack, and they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
The other day, we went to a ceramics class.
Ooh,
And
this was fun.
It was like a spontaneous decision. Went, and while we were working and like making the clay, I had the realization, and I told Aaron about it afterwards, but I had the
You know what?
realization.
We should try to insert a picture of what we did
Oh yeah.
into this video.
We should have video.
So maybe we'll insert like a video or like a
Like a little
picture or
slide.
something somewhere. Little slides maybe here after we're
Yeah.
talking.
So as I was like playing with the clay, I realized that all of the voices in my head, the thoughts, I need to do this, I need to do that.
They melted
What about
away.
this? Were completely gone. And I was just playing with the clay, and I was like, and it
That's-
wasn't even that we made anything super like amazing or intricate, but what it reminded me of is two things. One, like imagine there's people out there who live their life like that.
Live a life like what?
They walk around without that anxiety and stress in their life. Like there really is people who do not have that.
Honestly, I've heard like different stories. I don't want to be negative or anything, but like I've heard like it's usually a narcissist who has no anxiety.
I don't know. But there is people
That's
who
what I've
just
heard.
don't have those mental health concerns.
It's usually like a narcissistic trait to have no anxiety.
And the second thing I realized or really thought about was I feel like in my life I need to pursue more of those activities that do take me to that place
Okay.
where I'm not in that like stressed.
When are we gonna go back to the clay class?
Well, that was the cool thing is that this whole thing's gonna be a shout out to this clay place. She said she would text us when she fires it and we're getting.
Oh, I want to go mold more clay.
Oh yeah, I know. I would too. Today's Sunday, so we could possibly go. No, we're gonna get to go back in like a couple weeks to like glaze it and stuff.
But I want to do more.
Yeah. It's that idea or that like time where you do get to just be in the moment. And I wasn't very good about going to the gym this month, but a couple of times I did go.
I went
it was
a couple times too.
That good time of like, I'm just here at the gym and I'm working out, and it takes me out of the stress that I'm currently in.
I think distracting yourself positively is how to deal with stress.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say distracting. I would say, I think we've had this title before, but like finding the balance. Did we do it?
We did a finding the balance.
So I think that with all of the bad things that have happened to me recently and the things that I've been going through as far as my work stress, is I have not let it consume me.
Okay.
And I did let it consume me for a few days.
Yeah.
And I think that is only like natural to be upset and stressed and give yourself that grace and be like, okay, I'm going to be upset.
Okay.
But then I can look at my January days and I can be like, you know what? I also went to the movies. I went to that ceramics class. I hung out with a friend. We went out to a nice meal.
Yeah.
So finding that balance and actually actively doing the things, even though sometimes I was upset, but I was still like, you know what? I want to go do something. Going to church.
Yeah. We've done a lot of positive things to change our mood lately.
Yeah.
Well, like today we're going to a friend's house.
Yeah.
To go eat.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in how long?
I know. And so, and even that is a little bit of kind of out of our comfort zone, just because of the meal is going to be something that we've never had either. And anxiety tricks you and lies to you and makes you feel like...
It makes you not want to do the fun things in life that you're used to doing.
Or like that...
I would say that you would like to do.
Yeah.
Because you get anxiety about doing the fun things because you're so used to having anxiety about other things.
Yeah.
Anxiety will trick you into believing that nothing is fun.
Yeah. Or that anxiety is always bad. Or that it's a reason to stop or not do an activity.
Yeah.
Same thing with like even going to church. This church doesn't do it, but my previous church that I went to used to have this moment where you had to greet people.
Okay.
And the pastor would be like, okay, now's the time. Get out of your comfort zone. I don't want to see you standing in the same place. Like, go around and greet people.
Okay. A lot of churches do that.
Yeah, and so you're supposed
I'd say majority.
And so you're supposed to like shake hands. There's people that are like hugging each other and like chit-chatting, and then you go back to church. Or go back to like the message. Nice. I understand and I appreciate why it happens. That always gave me anxiety.
Yeah.
Every single time I would go to church on a Sunday for that, I'd be like, oh my gosh, who am I going to say hi to? What if it's awkward when I'm standing there? What if nobody says hi to me?
Yeah.
Like.
We get in our own head sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to get at is sometimes getting out of your own head and doing something separate is what's really going to break the habit.
And one thing that I had not written in my journal, but I was going to, I think I wrote it for February. Not my journal, but my planner. That's why I have it right here. Make happy plans is my top plan for February. And, I also gardened last month too. Remember, I yanked out all that stuff. As much as we plan for the things that we have to do, making time for happy things is important.
Yeah. Making time for things that will make you happy, you have to get done.
Yeah.
Because if you go through life just doing the mundane or the things you have to do to get by without doing the fun things, like you have to do something fun every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a drag if you don't.
And then it just everything becomes tedious and you become stuck in the anxiety.
Yeah.
And as much as I allowed myself to be anxious, I think that in January this year, I think I did a really good job of trying to balance the negativity with the positive.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I think you did pretty good.
I mean, no one is perfect.
You
and-
definitely had some ups and downs, but I think you came out of it like on top.
Yeah, it was a very difficult month, and I wrote a note in my planner. Oh, what did I write? I said that it was definitely a heavy month in terms of like stress, but that didn't mean that it was completely bad.
Okay.
There was a lot of good days.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
We did quite a bit, like you were saying when you kind of mentioned your, what is it, planner.
Yeah.
When you mentioned it, and like we went out to a nice restaurant, we did certain things, we went to the gym, we watched certain movies. We've done things that have made us happy this
Yeah.
month. So we can't say it's been all bad.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's been a good month.
So is there anything else you want to talk about?
So weathering the storms. I think part of it, let's go with that buffalo thing that I had said
Okay.
last year. You have to go through the storm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The other part is you have to let the storm pass,
Okay.
and you have to allow yourself, from what I did this last year with my stress at work, is that I had to let myself be upset.
Okay.
There was no like hiding the fact that I was upset.
Okay.
I couldn't like, oh, you know what, this is no big deal. I had to allow it, but then I also, for my own sanity, find places and things to do that I enjoyed.
Okay.
And even in teaching, I purposely started the school year off with that orange poem that I really love by Wendy Cope, because I wanted to start off with that line, her last line from that poem. Thank you, thank you, I love you, I'm glad I exist, I think is the line.
Okay.
And I wanted my students to start with a positive note, and I needed it for my own like sake.
Okay.
So finding ways to embed happiness was important all month that I tried to
Like
do.
helping people get their happiness as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I also thought about like, you're talking about the storm and this and that. Like sometimes even like you can be in the middle of a storm and you know how there's usually like the calm in the middle? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes you end up in that and then you go through a little storm and then you get out of it.
Yeah.
So sometimes there is a break in the middle, even if the storm is bad.
Yeah.
Like the eye of the storm.
And it's literally rainy today, and the sun is coming out, but it is windy.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been liking the weather lately. It's been pretty rainy.
And just like life, like our actual life, sometimes there's rainy, cloudy days,
Yeah.
but those are kind of, it balances everything out, I think,
Yeah.
of your life.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think this was pretty good.
I think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I didn't get to talk much. I'm not going to lie, I spaced out a little. I just,
Funny. I thought you were paying attention.
I spaced out a little.
Did you not listen?
I listened, but I spaced out a little.
It's hard to read his shirt, but at the bottom it does say going beyond space and time. So I guess he did.
I did. It wasn't on purpose. It was like,
Are we going to title this video the one where Dana talks a lot?
yeah.
Sheesh.
But anyways, thank you for listening.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya.